Welcome to Sabr Print or Late Night with Sabr. Hopefully, you guys are having a great day. Thank you for being here today. Today, we have a special guest. A lot of you guys have seen his work, and he goes by Orion Defense. Make sure that you guys give him a warm welcome.
What's up, fellas?
Hey, man, how you doing? Thank you for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, man.
All right, what's up? All right, man. People are coming in.
Sweet.
Uh, introduce yourself, bro. Let the people know who you are in the meantime.
Yeah, man, for sure. Go by Orion Defense Group. Been doing this probably about a year and a half now. Started out just kind of watching everyone's accounts. Didn't know anything about printing. Ended up getting a CR10S4. I just was searching around for printers. Didn't know anything about that. Probably would have gotten the one that could print nylon, knowing what I know now.
Yeah,
But
sure.
yeah, I ended up with that. Took a little while figuring that out, like trying to put it together. And it's a little more detailed process than the Enders to put that one together.
Yeah.
And finally, like after a couple weeks, got it sorted out. Then it took me a few more weeks to get a print sorted out right, like the test prints. But I've
Correct.
been watching all like Chairman and Booligan and Mr. Snow, print, shoot, repeat. And I've been seeing all their stuff, and I'm like, I want to do this. Like I've always been around two-way stuff my entire life, so
Okay. Okay.
for me it was like the natural progression just to customize my own stuff and be able to build my own stuff that you can't find out there.
Yeah, for sure. So, so how did you get into like 3D printing, bro? Did you see something online, or had you been following people already?
100%. Yeah, I actually have been seeing Chairman's prints. Somebody else had sent me like one of Chairman's V2 prints but he was just about to release.
Damn, shout out to Sherman.
That was it. I was like, I started looking at Chairman's page and I was hooked. That was it. I was like,
Yeah,
I gotta get a printer. I gotta get into this. And then I started to just bothering Chairman like every other day. And he was, yeah, I gotta give it to him. Like he was with it. He just gave me answers and really helped me out. Gave me some settings, some tips and tricks, and like really until I got the whole print, my first print sorted out properly. So he was really the big reason I got into that.
that's love, man. Sherman's a good dude. His designs are amazing, bro. Like, especially when he made the glong, like that was like so many, so many people love that thing.
Yeah,
He just took designing to a whole nother level, especially with his stippling and his argo. It's amazing, man. So
yeah,
shout out to
absolutely.
him. All
I
right, man. So let's talk about your upbringing. You said you were always into 2A. So growing up, like your parents were pro 2A, or
Yeah, my father was really pro 2A, and I had a lot of family members from like old school Italy, so they had that mindset of everyone takes care of themselves, right?
yeah.
So yeah, and then for our schooling, believe it or not, we had a rifle team at our school.
Oh, for real?
I'm
That's
dating myself. Yeah, I'm dating
yeah,
myself a little
yeah.
bit here, but yeah, we had a rifle rig. I was on rifle team. That's what we did.
Oh, damn. I think honestly, bro, they need to bring that back.
Yeah,
For reals, they do, because that used to teach certain people like how to respect the gun. And I think a lot of us, especially people that didn't grow up around 2A, we're more scared of guns than we actually respect them.
yeah,
So what they were doing was amazing, bro. Hopefully
absolutely,
they
man.
bring it back.
I still like I think about that now, like, and that stuff's drilled into your head. Treat every
Yeah,
weapon like it's loaded. Always point down range. Never point it at anybody. Never have the magazine in. Action always open. For so you like those range rules are instilled in you. You know, as a kid, I was 12 years old doing that. You know,
yeah, man. Because even though, like, okay, I got into 2A when I was probably around 16, 17, something like that. But still, I really didn't grow up with people that actually knew how to teach me how to respect the weapon, you know?
for sure.
Um, Even now, sometimes I don't follow the rules like I should, because I wasn't taught at an early age, so that didn't stick with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
But everybody, I don't know, people think different about actually teaching younger people how to use a weapon.
Now I'm of the same mindset you are, man. I think teaching it responsibly as early as possible within reason. 5-year-olds probably shouldn't be learning, but
Yeah.
we were 12, 13 years old. We were old enough and mature enough at that point to understand the do's and don'ts and the dangers of it, seriously enough to be able to engage in it responsibly.
Yes. Reals, man. 3D print 2A420 stain sub.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, I think, bro, to be honest, and this is just my personal opinion, I think that what's happening right now is that we see kids that are like 12, 13, 14, 15, and we still think they're babies. And they're not like they know what's right, like you said, and they know what's wrong.
Right.
So if we treat them like children, that's how they're gonna, they're like, oh, well, I'm not an adult, or I don't fully understand till I'm like over my like 18 or 20s or 21. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because then it becomes like an all or nothing argument. Like if they're old enough to learn about guns or old enough to, go out in the workforce, somebody will say.
Correct.
Like that. Nobody can ever balance it out.
Yeah, that's facts. All right, bro. So you always grew up around 2A, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
How did you get into like 3D printing? It, was it something that you were like iffy about? Did it take you time to jump in, or you jumped in?
I watched it for a while, right? So I was looking at not just chairman's accounts, like Chairman and Booligan, Print, Shoot, Repeat.
Yeah.
I was looking at some other guys that were printing like mechanical stuff. So they were like making their own parts for stuff they needed for their daily life.
Yeah.
Like and I find them doing that now too. So I learned Tinkercad, so I'll be able to make my own parts. Like I needed a mount the other day to be able to mount a security camera. So I'm able to like sit in Tinkercad and sketch that out and start printing. And 3 hours later, I got the part I need that they don't make anywhere. Like that to me was like the big draw.
For sure, man. I think when I got into 3D printing, I was also just making parts, like messing around with figurines and doing the 2A for sure, But I mean, it's common because I've spoken to some people that are into just printing 2A stuff, and I've asked them, "Hey, bro, like, have you printed anything else?" And they're like, "No, not really. Just once I started printing frames, that's."
That was it.
Yeah.
Now you don't print anything else, right?
And you know what? And I think that actually printing other stuff that you're gonna use is actually more beneficial to you, because then you have to learn to zero in your printer, because not every print is gonna be the same. If you're just used to printing frames, it's pretty much you sewn in one setting, and then you should be good for a while. But I mean, that's my opinion. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, I started doing that different profiles too. You're right. Even like different frames, you'll notice like require different layer heights. Some want like 0.19, some 0.15, 0.16, whatever. Yeah, you're right. It's just finding that balance.
Okay. You sent a lot of entries to us, bro, to the Friday show, and we appreciate that. You also, a lot of people say that because of you, they got into the what's it called? That look.
Oh, the fuzzy skin.
Yeah, the fuzzy skin, right? How did
Spent a lot of time trial and error with that.
Yeah, how did you get into the fuzzy skin, bro?
Yeah, so I started seeing the nylon prints, I think, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna set my printer up to print nylon, and then I started to looking for the files to do that. They don't exist for the CR10S4, and I'm not savvy enough to configure an H file yet. So I was like, how do I do this where you can't see the layer lines and it doesn't get that smooth, shiny finish?
Yeah.
Then the update came out, fuzzy skin. I just started watching YouTube videos on it, and that wasn't real helpful because nobody's printing frames doing that, right?
Yeah,
so
different.
It wasn't real helpful for me. So it took a lot of trial and error, just seeing like, okay, make quick 10-minute prints of something and see what the sides look like on it. And then it took me 3 or 4 tries before I had that setting dialed in. Just jumping around with the density. It was bringing that density. That was the problem. The density.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Because when I started with the fuzzy, I noticed that certain parts wouldn't fit correctly if the fuzzy was too thick.
Yep.
or if I forgot to do it in the outside only instead of the inside. So sometimes it is time consuming. But once you get it, you kind of get it. So yeah, man, your stuff is nice.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Um, let's see. What what were you working on right now that you showed me? Could you let
So,
me know and show them?
yeah, you want me to show it?
Yeah, yeah.
Cool
It's,
with that. So I'm
it's,
working on this G34 PDW. So this thing is pretty sick. It's an account I found on the Odyssey, and
okay.
yeah, I'm not sure who the designer is, but it looks like it's a modified just FMDA frame, and yeah, I'm doing a Danny Meatball triangle brace on it that's running now. So hopefully that'll be done in the next couple days. And then just finished up another Chairman 43X.
Okay, cool. Um, I have a question for you, man.
What's
When
up?
you said you've been printing for like about a year, correct?
Yeah, like a year and a half roughly up.
Okay. So when you got into 3D printing, bro, how did you feel that the community embraced you? Like, I know me and you were talking backstage, and I mean, with me, like in the beginning, I think it was kind of the same way where people were kind of iffy if you were brand new and you didn't have a lot of pictures or you weren't posting stuff. So what I decided to do is kind of wait till I had a couple prints under my belt and then start asking questions. Uh,
Yeah.
you think certain people were like that with you or what?
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I would say I would get the door shut in my face a lot more than people were helpful, right?
Yeah,
Um, but I get that. I mean, people were a lot more hesitant when this even, as you look at the progression, even from a year ago, a year and a half ago, and even the advancements in the technology that people have made and the designs. I mean, it's crazy to see that evolution over a very short period of time.
for
Like,
real.
there's some talented people. There's some very talented people,
Yeah,
not just chairman. There's a lot of guys that out there that I think are incredible designers. Danny Meatball's another one's a great designer.
yeah.
Uh,
Shout out to Danny Meatballs, man.
he's got some real great stuff. I'm liking a lot of the Black Lotus Coalition stuff. He's got some cool stuff going on.
Yeah.
Invader Zip, he's got that Invader, that arc is sick. I still haven't gotten that done, printed off fully yet. I got bits and pieces of it done. I got to finish up.
Okay, I gotta ask you a question because everybody talks about this, right? Do
Yeah,
you believe in the curse of the art?
I don't. But tell me about it. What are people saying?
You never heard of when the art came out, everybody really, you know, liked it, man. It's a great piece. A lot of people were having problems with the prints, so it was taking them a while to actually get it done. So then they just started saying
I'm a
that,
victim of the curse of the arc.
yeah, yeah, you know what I mean. And then everybody just went along with it.
Yeah,
Everybody just went along with it. But I mean, it's cool, you know.
yeah. No, it's a cool. And he's working on a new one, right? Like an updated,
Yeah, I believe he is. Uh-huh.
nice looking.
You see, even trophy trout showed up, and he says, "I show up and y'all talk about the art curse." He would tell you that it's true too.
I got that one going, and then the other one I got to finish, which now I might just put a triangle, the Danny Meatball brace on it. Is that Scorpion?
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah.
I got that in fuzzy skin. I got it all done. I just got to do the brace.
Damn, bro. And I've noticed for a while that you've been really like putting in a lot of work, bro. Training like you got something new almost every week, man. How do you do it?
I sit on Tinkercad a lot late at night, play around with designs. I search for new SVGs and new patterns to turn into SVGs to make to emboss the frames. So,
Yeah.
I've been looking for a while for the right Holy Mary picture for that one that we were working on there.
Oh man, that one it came out amazing, bro. How long did that one take you actually to come up with it?
Not long. I did maybe 3-4 days. It was just finding the right picture that the resolution wouldn't come out messed up in the print, so just printed smooth.
Yeah, no, it came out amazing, bro. And luckily, when I woke up, I seen my printer. The print was done, but my printer, I guess, from print, I had it printing the upper to the FGC9, and then I switched. As soon as that was done, I did the Virgin Mary,
Yeah.
and my printer was almost about to fall, bro. So luckily, the print finished, and Man, when I got it in my hand, like it just felt amazing, bro. It felt great.
Holy Mary, mother of Glock.
Yeah. So now I just need a slide and I don't know. I'm thinking of gold leafing it, but I'll see what happens. But I need that one.
It
That was
looks
amazing.
smooth the way you had it. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Okay. So what do you have? Any other thing you're working on right now that you're almost done with, or are you gonna only keep working on frames? You're not gonna go into like designing rifles or anything like that?
Yeah, so actually, I'm glad you mentioned that. I've been seeing a lot of dudes doing the 1022 builds.
Yeah.
I got a couple ideas on that, so I think I might attack that next. I got some ideas cooking
Yeah, man.
on like
Uh,
a ground up design. I've been doing a lot of remixes. I've been trying to get into the fusion bit. It's a hard nut to crack, right?
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, I've been playing a lot with Tinkercad and figuring that out. And the solid modeling, I've been having a good amount of success. Um, but once you get into it, like I got to give a big thank you to 2A 3D Print too. That dude's videos changed my entire design game.
Yeah, man. 2A 3D print has amazing work, man. Like
It
his
does.
it does his stippling. Like I think he's gonna drop a honeycomb. I think it's a 48X. I'm not sure.
Yeah, yeah, I
Yeah,
saw
that thing
that.
is amazing, bro. I can't wait to print that.
Yeah.
Uh, okay, so let's talk about why 22, bro. Why you think you wanna go the 22 route?
So I like the just the versatility of those little plinkers, right?
Yeah,
And the ammo's cheap, so you can play around with it. And there's a ton of parts, right?
yeah,
They're not expensive, so like I want to do something somebody can really put some even custom stuff into, you know?
yeah. It's funny, but the 1022s are like they're fun, man, and they're not expensive, like you said. The ammo's cheap, and they're just it's a great build, you know,
Yeah,
especially how you could just do anything with them.
for
I'm
sure.
thinking of doing another one because I have fun with mine on 4th of July. That thing was fun, the bento box.
For sure. I started building one of those too. So, and actually, a couple of the 1022 receivers I have are from the bento box. So, like, I have one in a P90 kit. It looks pretty cool too.
Damn,
So,
that's cool, bro. Okay, so let's talk about what would you like to change in the community? Like, if anything that you would want to change, in your opinion, what would it be?
it's a good question. Uh, I don't know. I guess it's really like you notice there's like a lot of like little cliques, a lot of little groups, people
Yeah,
split off and like they close other people out in the community. So I feel like it doesn't really it takes away from that group innovation, you know?
yeah. I mean, I think because a lot of the times, bro, after a while, we let our ego in, right? And we don't want we have our baby.
Right.
Certain projects or certain things that we feel like it's our baby. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
we're scared of sharing it, or we forget that if we let everything just be open source, the community would grow more. But then
Yeah.
at the same time, there's a lot of designers that are working a second. Like this is not how they're getting money. This is a hobby, so they still have to go work. They have a life. They're not getting paid, and I think there's where issues also start, where the design problem, you know,
Yeah, I agree.
and maybe sometimes that's why people join groups because certain groups now you got more of a product, you know, like if you need this type of magazine, now you could get it and work on it or stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And there's designs out there, you know, if you feel that a design is worth paying for, right? Somebody
Okay,
put work into that, pay for it, right?
okay. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Do you think that you should charge for STLs?
No. But if you are somebody who is putting a lot of designs out, and for somebody who's pretty novice and can't make their own designs and can't play with Tinkercad or Fusion, those people
Yeah,
they're gonna pay. You know, they'll pay for a design. You go on Colts, there's all kinds of remixes on there, $5-6 that you can take at that STL. and do whatever with, you know. So
All right. Um, IPS, bro. I love
yeah.
it.
So what up, IPS, my boy?
Oh, and then Plastic Arms. If you guys don't know who Plastic Arm is, I think he's from like Germany, bro.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, so that's dope. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Um,
Have to get in touch.
yeah, check them out. So, uh, look, man, I think like you said, if there's people that don't know how to find a design, you know, how to do search for it, and they want to pay for it,
Why not?
yeah, because honestly, look, if you're somebody that's spending a lot of time in this, you're not really making that much money off of it. Whatever you can help, if people would think about it, hey, maybe if I pay for this design, now this is gonna help the developer be like, oh, look, I could actually put this money back into developing. So that's how I kind of look at it. Like in a way, it might help the person. Now you could buy filament, right? Now you could create more projects because now you're seeing that, hey, I'm making a little bit back. So it's
Yeah, absolutely. They could be working two jobs to cover that extra stuff where now they wouldn't have to, right? Like I
yeah,
looked at this one dude on Colts, and it tells you like the amounts that people sell and like how many they've had. So this one dude's selling $6 files and made 30 grand. Like
yeah.
that's a lot of people that don't know how to print and design their own stuff that wanted those files, right?
Yeah, that's. I mean, look, we live in America, bro. Money's everywhere, right?
Yeah.
It, if there's people out there that have that money and that are able to pay it because they just don't want to search around, I mean, it's
Why not?
America. It's
Right.
that's how it is.
There's
Uh,
there's a service for that, right?
yeah, man, and everything's like that now. So,
Yeah.
uh, I mean, to each his own. But I think
I
that
like the hunt.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, especially like if you go on the hunt, bro. Especially if you go on Thingiverse, sometimes you'll see some stuff that like you'll be like, damn, there's some good files.
Yeah.
I don't
It
know.
just needs some tweaking. Yeah, some
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
needs a little work. Yeah, absolutely. I found a few of those where I've had to play with them for a few days, readjusting things. Yeah, for sure.
that's cool, man. Okay, so let me ask you this: where do you think that filament wise, you think where is the community heading? You think it's gonna be more nylon based? And if yes, are you thinking of starting doing nylon?
Yeah, actually, I bought another printer. I got an Ender 3S1, and then
Oh,
it came the other day, and it was missing pieces, so I sent it back. So the hunt is on again. Uh, but I'm looking at maybe one of those Anycubic Vipers, or if I can find a file or figure out how to write a configuration file, I'll do a direct drive and upgrade the nozzle on the CR10, because that thing's been a workhorse. I've honestly had that thing running probably nonstop for over a year.
yeah, those I've heard good things about those. Everybody likes them. But the Vipers, I think I pretty sure it has it, and it has like that self leveling and everything.
Yeah,
So you don't even have to like sit there and mess with your bed anymore.
yeah, that's huge. So that's probably what I'll be looking for, something along.
Yeah, man.
That.
That shit is like, I mean, I just give it a little bit more time, bro, and printers are gonna be 10 times what they are at this
Oh
moment.
yeah, I mean, look at how far the technology's coming even the last year.
Yeah,
You
it's
know, I mean,
insane.
it's just accelerating, accelerating, accelerating so quickly, and that's what like to your point about the community really getting more stuff out there. Like the more those people are engaging with each other, that innovation just spreads faster and faster, right?
Yeah,
So
I think we just need to figure out ways where we there's groups that build each other, and then they try to say, hey, man, we can't pay you right now, but after this, we'll figure something out, or we'll build something together, and then get paid in the future. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But I think for that, a lot of us would have to let go of our ego, and as men, it's gonna be hard. You know what I mean?
it's tough. Yeah, I
Um,
agree.
because
I thought about too, like, for even for some of the larger companies, like, why wouldn't they link up with our community and do like special runs that could increase their sales too, letting people design their own stuff, right?
yeah, and
Another option. Like, I always thought, like, how's chairman not working for like a manufacturer. Like that dude is talented.
For reals, man.
Like, imagine if like they can make money that way, where they're contracting out. Like, hey, I'm gonna design a couple special editions for you, like that
they would sell, bro. Like,
your community doesn't know about, right?
yeah,
Check this out. Like
I
that 26 Spaceman, dude. If he released that, you see that everywhere. That thing's gorgeous.
yeah, bro, it is. I mean, even like you said, there's a lot of people that are really good. Danny Meatballs, bro, his magazines are amazing. Like that, the talent that guy has, man. I always tell, like, now I remember when I interviewed him, he told me like that they would call him the magician, and I see now why. Like he
Yeah.
truly is a magician. You know what I mean?
He's a magician. That dude, he's talented, man. And there's
Yeah.
a lot of those guys. There's other guys too, like printing. Who's the other guy? Navigo Booms, Ivan the Troll. Ivan, he's got some really cool stuff.
Yeah, Ivan does.
That little 308 rocket he's got, that Set Me rocket, it's pretty cool. That's definitely on my list down the road. But looking at some of the other stuff coming out, man, like those launchers, all that stuff, like I definitely want to. I don't know much about those, so I'll definitely be bothering somebody for advice.
Yeah, man, those launchers. I want to do one so bad, bro. But you know what? I just don't have good luck with explosives, bro. Like, you know? So I just I don't want to lose a hand over it. But I'm just being honest, bro. Like knowing me, like I'm just a person that is very ditzy sometimes, and I could forget stuff, and I could just, that's why I was telling you earlier in the interview, like they need to bring gun safety, and like you said, you had rifles in school. They need to bring that stuff back, bro, because
Can you imagine that today? Like, wow.
bro, they would make it a bigger deal than like a bunch of other stuff. I bet you anything.
Yeah.
Like, how are you guys gonna militarize our children? This is not the USSR or some BS, bro. I could hear him in my head.
But it was okay. Like 15, 20 years ago, right?
Yeah, and if you look back at like I said, history repeats itself. If you look back at 15 years back, America was amazing. You know what I mean? My father, even when my father came to America, he was able to buy a home, be a homeowner. You know, he didn't have no education. Like I think his highest level of education was high school, and he was able to take care of four of us, bro, and my mom.
Yeah. Imagine trying to do that today, you know? It's a far cry from that, man, as you look around today, unfortunately.
Yeah. All right, man. I have a question for you. And tell me, what do you think that is gonna happen with the P80 thing? You think everybody's just coming like P80s are dead and it's gonna be 3D printing from now on?
So I've been watching that a while, right? I don't know how that's gonna go. I think that I think there's definitely some. I'm not an attorney, but I mean, I've been following it a bit. I follow some of Armed Scholars videos. Still been watching his stuff and the FPC videos about the decisions, but you know, people are gonna do what they're gonna do, right? They're always gonna find a way around it. If it's not 80%, it'll go, 50%, 0%, whatever. Like everybody's saying, like,
Yeah.
people are gonna do what they're gonna do, right?
Yeah, it's the sad part that the more you see it, the more it's getting harder just to be able to own a legal gun. So,
which is crazy to me. I mean, that's what this country was founded on. This country was founded on, rebelling being controlled. So.
yeah, and now it's like we fear being we. I think we got too complacent and we forgot that safety's not everything. Like we don't have to give our safety to other people. Like we could take care of ourselves, and I think that's an issue. But
yeah, I agree, man. I think that we let live and let live go too far. I think where now it's like you can't say anything without offending somebody or making someone nervous, or whatever. Like you're like scared to talk to people because you don't know how they're
like you censored yourself. Even when you're texting, sometimes you're like, should I write that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now
I don't know.
Yeah, bro. Now it's like, am I gonna get fired? Like, am I gonna go viral for this? Am I gonna get canceled?
It's so ridiculous. You know,
Correct, man.
you really think about it, like where how did we get here from like even 10 years ago, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I do know, but I'm just
We all
every
know, right?
yeah, we all know, but it's just it's a subject that sometimes it's just better left alone because
I
I
agree.
think a lot of us are not used to kind of seeing stuff in our face. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think
Sometimes,
the people too that have been through stuff, I think see things a little more clearly too, right?
yeah,
And the education system's different now than it was when we were probably coming up, right?
yeah, man.
So you talk to kids, they're learning way different stuff about history than we were.
Yeah, man. My daughter's in high school, and anything that happens, she's like. Sometimes I'm like, okay, like, yeah, it's cool. You got your own opinion, but at the same time, I'm like, who's teaching them this? Like,
Right.
where
The
are they?
same people that are teaching them that the parents are wrong. Right.
Yeah, and that I think that's I mean, I think that's messed up, bro.
Yeah, man, I agree. I got kids too. I'm nervous for that. That's my biggest fear. Like, are they going to have to deal with this delicate dance of walking on eggshells around everyone and censoring themselves? And I don't want that. I don't want them to have to grow up like that.
Yeah, especially having to wear masks, bro. Like these kids need to see themselves, like the lips moving. They need to see a natural expression. Because if you don't have that, then you the kid when he grows up he can't communicate with people. So then he's just gonna work a compliant job where he's not gonna think and he's gonna be alone because he can't communicate, bro. And I think that's what they're trying to do. But
Dude, I honest to God, never let my kids wear masks this whole time. Never
yeah.
once.
And the sad part, man, is that uh, if you look at TikTok, bro, like that's just scary.
Don't even get me started. Yeah, bro.
But you
Real
know what?
scary.
Kind of helped me when I started doing interviews and I started asking some of these kids or people like their age, and a lot of them were young, like 18, 20, stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, there's still hope, but it's we gotta do. I think everybody needs a hobby. They need tradition. They need a stable way of life where there's something that they could hold on to, bro. Like
Yeah.
you know where you come, your values. You know what I mean? And I think that's what they're taking away from a lot of us.
Yeah, it is. You're right. It's really taking away a lot of like the traditional values that like make life great, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
I
man. I have a quick question for you.
yeah.
Do you think that the community might grow to a standard where big companies will start asking some developers, "Hey, come do a collab." You think that's possible, or do you think the community needs to first improve on building together and then being concerned of going outside the community?
So that's a good question. I think they're ready now. I think there's dudes definitely. First of all, the community is definitely large enough. I mean, you look around, there's dudes every day. There's new accounts popping up every day, every day, every day, right?
Yeah,
So I think, yeah. Look at the last year, how much it's grown. How many new faces you've seen, how many new designs, all that. I mean, it's accelerating so quickly that I think it'll happen sooner than later that way, where the industry is going to have to start to look to their customers to say, hey, what do you guys really want? What would you really, what are you really going to spend money on? Or is it do you really like doing stuff yourselves, right? So
correct, correct.
that would be the trade-off finding. That's the other trade-off to that. Everyone's been doing their own stuff now for so long. Why would you go, buy something that you didn't make, that
Yeah,
you go hand in, right?
yeah. The homie says,
Another thing too.
go ahead. The homie said, stop using park kits. I mean, yeah, I don't know. That park kits is some of those issues are hard. Um,
Yeah.
do you think developers should try to concentrate more on actually designing designs that you could actually build from home instead of having to buy a kit, or you think we're still
You
gonna
don't
have to use kits?
still gonna have to use parts. I mean, you don't need to why reinvent the wheel, right? You have
Correct.
stuff that works now that's functional. Why go outside of that, right?
Yeah.
So if you really needed to, yeah, I think at some point proactively people are going to have to start because it looks like they're definitely trying, but to restrict everyone's rights on that. And I think honestly, for the most part, these people who are that in our community are designers and hobbyists. You're not talking about like people with extreme views, and these
Yeah,
people, they're like nerding out about like printer settings. That's what gets them excited, like, and we all have different political views, right? Like, I know for certain that there's a lot of dudes in the community with different views than all of us have, right? But nobody like fights. Nobody argues. Everyone just keeps it normal and keeps it design related, community related. And I think if everyone could do that and go back to that, where it's like they can deal with other people having opinions different than theirs, yeah, I think the sky's the limit, right?
yeah, man, I agree with that. I think that's why I really enjoy the community because this community is a melting pot, man. It's
Yeah, for sure it
compared
is.
to a lot of different type of communities. This one it's a big melting pot. Everybody's like never in my life would I think that I would have been able to speak to certain people that I'm actually speaking if it wasn't for this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the community is amazing. Like you said, the sky's the limit, and I think right now, like you said, it's a big boom. Um, I tell a lot of people that the it's from it's gonna grow more. Like if you guys thought when you guys started, all the big names, and now you see that now more people are coming, and it's another generation, and hopefully we could get more females into this 3D printing. I mean, there's a lot of females now that are actually into guns, right?
Oh yeah,
But
absolutely.
just hopefully we could get them into actually 3D printing.
I
What?
was at I was at a range in outside Orlando last week,
All right.
and there was I want to say 60% of the people in the range were females.
Right? Haven't you noticed that? Like, there's been a big increase in women shooters. What do you think is driving that?
I think that people are overall the last few years have been more angry. Crime is definitely, I know where I live. Even Florida's pretty. The crime's still going up pretty bad.
Yeah, man, it is.
Uh, and even up north, like it's even worse. I think people are really concerned about their safety. So
Yeah,
you're seeing people who even weren't gun people, first time gun buyers, every month setting records
yeah. They just published that.
for
They were
sales.
saying that.
Yeah, they just published it again. Like we just had the highest month in history again.
Yeah,
The last month, which was the highest in history. So
yeah.
yeah, I think there's a big shift in people realizing that you are your own first responder.
No, man. And the thing is that I think for a while there was like we had so much hope for actually saying, "Oh man, it's America. If we need the cops are gonna help us."
Right.
Right, and especially also a lot of first generations, growing up, we I thought guns were bad. Like all my life, that's what I've heard. That only gang members, narcos, or extremists are the ones that have guns. But
Right.
now, with time, you grow up, you see like, nah, we actually that's
No,
not
that's
true,
true. Yeah.
right?
I haven't seen one person like that in this community.
Yeah. So I mean, it's crazy, man. But one last question, bro.
Yeah, what's up, bro?
Tell me, what is something that you've seen and that you haven't had time to print, but that you really want to print?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Like that you just know that, man, I'm gonna once, like I need to print that. Like,
That's a good one. Hmm. Uh, Probably that Mac Daddy.
yeah,
Yep.
that looks nice, man.
That
The
looks
mic
nice.
looks nice.
Yeah, and I saw that Yeezy remix of it too. Ooh. There's a nice little remix out of it too. I think Ralph printed it.
Oh, the one that Ralph printed, the yellow one.
Yeah,
Yeah, that one's nice, bro. That one's
that's
super
nice.
nice.
Yeah, so that That's definitely been on my list, but those wind chime parts are hard to come by.
Yeah, that's an issue sometimes. The homie said the Glavnowski just dropped, and that's
Saw
true.
that too.
That one just dropped. That one is fine,
I'm gonna have to take a crack at that one too.
bro. If you, I don't know if you've seen the videos, but when you shoot that thing, like because you're shooting two times, right? The
Yeah.
sound of that the bullet makes is just amazing because it's two shots out. It just every time when he would do the testing and you would hear it, especially if you're like at a range at an indoor range, it just sounds amazing. That's
I gotta check that out.
yeah.
No, I've been seeing guys builds on that. It's pretty cool looking, for sure.
Yeah, IPS said, "Yeah, man, the Mac kits are like gold."
Yeah, like I'll get an email that said I'll be back in stock, and then I'll go to check it out, and it's sold out.
Yeah, especially with that double drum. Danny Meatballs posted that those actually those springs were back on Amazon. I don't know how long they lasted or if they're still there, but
No,
that
no kidding.
yeah, that Danny Meatball mag, the drum that was amazing, bro. That was
Wow.
dope.
I'm gonna check that out too. Yeah, he's got it. Yeah, I definitely want to check out some of Danny's other prints. That the triangle brace for the G34 is my first Danny Meatball adventure. So
Oh,
I'm
okay.
pumped.
Yeah, man. I started with his mags, and then yeah, his mags. I love his mags, bro. They're like they're
Those really
amazing.
work. They're perfect.
The homie says if you could buy a receiver and wait for the Avid Bulls to
I
restart.
saw that too. That they were Aves is putting out, and they're doing. Are they doing the Scorpion bolt too, or is that the Aves
I'm not sure. I don't know if
or
it is.
Riptide? One of them's doing a
I think
Scorpion bolt
yeah,
too.
yeah, you're right. I've seen it.
Yeah,
I can't remember which one.
definitely waiting for that to come out.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's the one, the Scorpion.
The Scorpion is super nice, bro. It's a nice.
Beautiful.
Have you seen Crons?
Yeah.
Those are nice.
So he's another one that when I was first getting into printing, and I talked to Carl a lot, right?
Yeah.
So he was another one I first got into printing. Like his prints were fire. Like I was like, this dude knows what he's doing. Like I wanna get my builds looking like that.
Yeah.
And his nylon work is insane. Him, many enemies.
Yeah,
Yeah,
many enemy stuff is sick.
incredible. And he said something on Ralph's show a couple weeks ago. I posted on it too, but he said something really stuck. Like, think about what a time to be alive, like doing what we're doing right now. You know,
Yeah,
pretty crazy to think about.
it is. It's. I think I tell a lot of people, man, I'm actually thankful for COVID because COVID was what I feel like brought a lot of us into this community because we had nothing to do. We were on the internet a lot. We
Yep.
had time, and
Yeah,
that's
I
how
agree.
a lot of us got into it.
Yeah.
So, COVID was actually a blessing in disguise in a way.
Yeah, it did. It was a blessing in a few ways, right? Aside from all the
All
other
the
people.
divorces and stuff like that.
Yeah, but knock on wood, still here.
Oh, that's good, bro. Yeah, it's
Never got it once. So
damn. For real?
yeah,
Damn, bro.
bro. And I travel like all over.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I was like, oh, I'm gonna get sick. Never happened.
I remember the first time I got it, but I got it like before I don't know if you remember before COVID, they were saying that there was this thing that was happening because of people vaping,
Yes.
but it wasn't the vapes. I guess there was the COVID, but people didn't or they didn't know what to say. So I got it around that time, and I was sick for like almost a month, bro.
Yeah, I
Like,
know people
yeah,
getting sick. Yeah, when you get it.
yeah. But luckily, I was kind of in shape, and I was taking like vitamins and supplements because I know that I don't really eat perfectly, so might as well try to keep my
Yeah.
immune system healthy.
Yeah.
All right, man. I got one last question, and I'll let you go.
Yes, sir.
Who in the community would you really want to collab with?
Hmm. That's a good question. There's a lot of talent out there, man. I don't know. There's a lot of talent out there. Uh, you know, everyone's got different styles. Probably, yeah, probably chairman. If I got my fusion
Yeah,
skills up, I don't know. I'm not on his level yet.
that's dope,
Oh,
man.
I owe a lot to that guy for the printing help. For
Yeah, man. There's a lot of people in the community that have helped me out. Uh, and I remember when I started, I went into the Shack groups and I was like, what the, everybody was just had so much knowledge. And I remember, I think I reached out to Khan about the bento box, and he replied to me, bro. And I told him that like I've spoken to him, and I told him I remember like you were like the only one that actually answered my questions,
yeah,
So that
yeah,
a lot of people don't realize stuff like that. It means a lot to you, especially when you're coming up and
oh
you're
yeah. When you're trying to learn and figure it out, for someone to just you're getting doors shut in your face, for someone to like throw you a hand and be like, "Hey, let me help you real quick."
yeah,
It's
so,
huge, man. Yeah, you know, you always have a special respect for those people, right?
for
So
sure, man. All right, man. Let the people know where they could find you. I tag your Instagram below, so if you guys want to check out his Instagram, I'm pretty sure
yeah,
most of you guys know him. His
oh,
stuff is
Orion
crazy.
Defense Group.
All right, and do you have an Odyssey, bro?
I do. I haven't quite figured out that end yet on my models getting up there, but I'll get them on there. I know people are asking a lot about some of the remixes.
Yeah.
Um,
So a lot of people hit me up about the uh, Mary, the Holy Mother of
I
printing.
think that's gonna have to go out.
Yeah, yeah, man, people love it, bro. Like so many people have hit me up about that one.
Yeah,
So yeah, man, people are waiting for your stuff. So
got
whenever
some
you're
stuff in
ready,
the works.
man, come back and let the people know. Um, Thank you, everybody. I really appreciate you for coming and giving me your time, bro.
No,
Um,
thank you for having me on. This is huge. I feel very honored.
hey,
Thanks.
and everybody that usually comes to the bar always does the face reveal here first. So that's like my big thing that I really enjoy.
Yeah,
Uh,
bro.
because now everybody knows that you're just a regular guy that loves America, loves 2A, and loves your freedom, bro.
Yes,
You know?
sir. Sure.
All right, guys. Thank you. Thank you for having us. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Also, I will be on the show with Dark later on, so you could catch me there. You might get Sabr or Sabr because I feel like maybe having a beer or two. You guys know how Sabr gets the base Mexican ballistics. All right, guys. Take care.
All right, bro. Thank you.
Don't leave, bro. So we could talk real quick.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. All right, guys. See you at DOD after dark. Love you guys. Thank you for showing so much love. IPS, you're the man. Take a shot for me, bro. Plastic arms. Take a shot for me. Guns. Everybody. Night customs. All you guys. Stay degenerates.